Well, welcome to Johnny Stuart and Friends. Boy, we're all over the place today, aren't we, huh?
All over the place.
Rob Garrett's here with me. And Rob, you have been doing Neil Diamond for a long time. And over here on my right is Justin Chandor. And he has been doing Elvis for how long?
17 years now.
17 years, and you're only 18 years old.
Yeah, he's right.
That's good.
He started when he was one.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Started when you was one.
Shaking my legs since
Did you ever get out of the diaper thing?
My mother couldn't even put diapers on me, man.
He's horrible. And over here we have Gary Anthony that does Frank Sinatra. So together, Gary, how long have you been doing Mr. Sinatra?
Professionally, 17 years.
17 years, same as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys okay? And you're not even 17 years old yet.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And I've been doing Neil for 23 because I started with you.
In Hawaii. Was that the first place?
That was the first place.
Okay. So Rob Garrett has formed. Did you kind of get these guys together? Was that your...
I did.
Okay. So over here we have Gary Anthony. He is a fantastic Frank Sinatra, a tribute artist, okay? But he sings live, he does it live, the same challenges that we had in a John Stewart production of Legends in Concert, right? Okay. So we have Gary Anthony, Frank Sinatra, and over here we have Mr. Rob Garrett as the unbelievable voice of Neil Diamond, and you're going to see a lot of stuff here today. It's going to be an exciting thing. And then over here we have Justin Chandor, fabulous voice, okay, that moved here. Where did you move? I was here when you moved in. You moved from Seattle?
No, I moved from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, and you've been here in Vegas now, what, about 7 years?
Oh, no, 17 years.
You've been in Vegas 17 years?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was only 18 years old. So you're older than 18.
He was when he started because I remember him when he first started. He was like 7.
When I met you, I was about 18 years old.
Oh,
That's
man, that's right. It was amazing. You've been amazing ever since I've known you. So, Rob, you kind of got together here, and tell us your thoughts. I want you to speak about this because you formed an unusual group that's performing this coming, not today, but next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over at the South Point.
At the South Point.
And you go on at 7:30?
Yes, we do.
Okay, 7:30, and they're going to do 3 shows. They're going to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And tell us about that show and what's unique about it and what's in that show from you, Rob Garrett. Go ahead.
Well, this is Johnny. That's a 4th year doing it. Third year doing July 4th time, and they always seem to book it during July 4th time because the show. When I wrote it purposely, I wrote it with a patriotic theme, and because all 3 guys, of course, are huge American icons, as you know.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I'm 3 of the biggest, maybe the 3 biggest American icons in history.
That's right.
But it was just a concept, and I remember me and Justin were working in. We were doing a job in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, and we were driving back to Vegas because we had a few days off, and I told him about this concept I have about putting the 3 guys together and doing a show as a tribute to the country, and the theme was going to be scripted, and the theme was that all 3 guys were going to be on stage together to give thanks back to the country that propelled them into superstardom and made them icons and gave them all kinds of success, as we know. And Justin said, that's a great idea.
Oh, my God.
I haven't even written the script.
So you've been doing it 4 years?
4 years? No, we were doing it 4 years at the South Point. But as far as the show...
How long have you been doing it all together?
American Trilogy, about 5 years.
5 years, American Trilogy.
We were driving in a car back from Palm Springs, and he said, we were talking, imagine these 3 guys on stage together. We were both talking about it, and I said, we'd call that American Trilogy. Yeah. And he looked at me and said, that's the name.
Well, that was it, because I didn't have a name for the show. And I said, he said to me, what are you going to call the show? And I said, I don't know, like American icons, and he said, he did. He said, why don't you call it American Trilogy, which we know is, of course, a famous Elvis.
Famous song of Elvis, right?
Right.
And trilogy.
Now, and trilogy means 3.
That's right. That's right.
And there's the 3. And I said, you know what? And that inspired me. That was what I needed was the proper name. And then I sat down to paper and I wrote a rough script. And then we came together and we smooth out the rough edges, and now it's...
I've known all 3 of you a long time, long time.
Yes, you have.
And you're fabulous guys. I feel like you're part of my family. Okay, I really do.
Here, man.
And the fact is, you're right now even in Legends in Concert over at the Flamingo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Legends has been now in town 35 years.
Wow.
Huh? Longest running show.
83.
83.
Wow.
Yeah, March 5, 83. That's when I brought it here, and they still have a Johnny Stewart Day on March 5. So that's the day we open. Yeah.
Oh, they should, as they should. As they
Thank
should.
you.
As they should.
Okay.
And pretty soon we'll have a Johnny Stewart impersonator.
Yeah, that's right. So I want to call it the Fortigy. But instead of trilogy, I want to be part of
The
you.
Fortigy.
The Fortigy. Okay.
I like it.
But you guys are fabulous, and I want to make sure everyone knows that they're going to get to sing. And when you do your show down at the South Point, you each do your own individual set.
Yeah.
You're going to do Frank Sinatra as you do it, Gary Anthony, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And you're going to do your Elvis as nobody else does it any better than this guy right here.
Well, thank you very
Okay?
much.
So you do. Thank you very much. But there's some other good Elvises. I love all of you that work in this business and try hard and do what you're supposed to do. We are friendly and we love everybody, don't we?
That's right.
We love them all. Okay.
That's right.
Because
We're going live on Facebook too.
live
as we
on
speak,
Facebook.
yeah.
Okay, so
We
you
love
better
it.
hope your parole officer doesn't see that. You will not be there Friday.
Because I have that little strap around my ankle.
You got that ankle. You thought that was a bracelet.
the bracelet.
Okay, and I remember you were just fabulous for us over in Hawaii and other places. Rob, you've been doing it. How long have you been doing Neil Diamond?
I started with you in '95.
95. Oh my gosh.
And
I
I'll
was
never
born
for-
in 96. So he started
I'll
a year
never
before
forget your
David.
first line to me because actually, I mean, technically, even though you were the boss, I was hired by our late friend Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. I love Paul Revere.
Paul Revere auditioned me, and he came into town, and you weren't even aware of it because he came to Hawaii, and I was doing the promo show outside, and he goes, "I'll never. Do you work for me?"
That's what I said?
That's what you said to me.
If you don't, you're going to.
I go, well, I'm in costume and I'm doing your promo, so I think I am.
Yeah, and then I remember asking you, I said, "Are you Andy Devine?" No. So anyway, you guys are so fabulous, and I want to say, how long of the show is an hour and a half, right?
Longer.
Longer. How long is the show? 2 hours?
No, about hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, hour and 40 minutes. And who opens the show?
This man over here.
Okay, Gary Anthony, you open the show.
You bet.
Okay, and you sing the top stars. Now, is there a band?
Oh yeah, a 9-piece band.
9-piece band. That's bigger than Legends.
Including the two girls.
Oh, and
It's bigger
they
than
got-
Legend. Now it's a bigger band than Legend.
Yeah, now it is, yeah. Okay, so we got a 9-piece band, live music, and you have 2 background singers?
Yeah, which is included in the 9 pieces.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're part of the 9-piece band, the girls singing. And so Ray Anthony, you,
Ray
Gary,
Hey,
Gary
Ray,
Anthony.
how are you?
How you doing,
Hey,
Ray?
Ray.
I got to
We
mix
love
that
Ray
one.
Anthony.
Okay, we like him too. Okay.
You just got a free plug, you know.
Yeah, it's an accident.
Richie Valens.
Yeah, I was down and signed his parole papers yesterday. Okay, so Gary, you've been doing Frank Sinatra about 17 years.
Professionally.
Professionally?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And you've been singing your whole life then, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been doing Frank since I was a kid.
Oh my
My
gosh.
dad was a big band leader.
Oh, your dad's a big band leader.
Yeah, so
You're from a family of musicians.
Musicians, right? Yes. He had musicians in the house when I was like 3 years old and up. So I grew up with the music,
Oh, that's awesome.
and so
I'm going to be there Friday. You said I can't bring tomatoes? I can't bring them?
Can't bring tomatoes.
Okay, I was going to eat them. I wasn't going to
If
throw
you're going to
them.
throw something, throw like caviar.
Okay.
At
least something we can eat.
You know, or something, you know, classy.
If you catch it in the mouth.
We're in Vegas. Throw a lot of shrimp. We have a lot of that.
So you're
Masago.
going
I
to
don't
be
know.
out there for what, about 20 minutes or so?
It's usually about 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
And then who goes on second?
Mr. Elvis Presley.
Elvis
right there.
Presley. Okay.
That's right.
And you're going to be out there and you're going to yodel and sing. It's like nobody can.
Yodel
You
and
can
sing and
your
play the
little self.
banjo and the bass and
a
same thing
little
like what
bit
you
of
do.
everything. Okay.
No, but we also do duets.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
who
Elvis
does a duet?
all of us.
All of us.
Oh, you all do
We all
duets
do
together.
something
You all
together.
sing solos, and you all sing a trio.
That's what's beautiful
The
about
trio, the trio you don't see until the very end.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what's beautiful about this show is that we could all find a way to sing something together. Elvis sang "My Way," you know.
Right.
That's right.
There's
Right.
there's connections that a lot of the general public don't.
Yeah, I don't
do
know
not
of 3 bigger performers than the trilogy of Frank Sinatra and Neil Diamond and Elvis Presley. I mean, let's give me a break. I mean, that's about as big as you get. There's other big ones. We love them all, and it's great, and we appreciate them all. But you guys really got it together by doing that. Okay.
What's better than Lady Gaga, Madonna, and Kanye West?
That's it. And now the 3 of you I heard are
You just
also.
gave somebody an idea, you know.
Yeah.
Someone out there right now going,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. That's a great concept.
Let's
great
sign
idea.
the
That would outsell American children.
Okay, let me,
Next project.
yeah. Now let me ask a question. I've heard that that all three of you also just last week auditioned for Chippendales. Is that correct?
He won.
Oh, you did it,
yeah,
Chippendales.
Yeah, but they want me to wear a studded, a cape and
Just the cape, just the
And the
cape.
belt,
the
and the
cape.
belt. But
the belt,
nothing
yeah.
under the belt, but just the
Yeah, I turned that gig down. I can't.
So what song do you do as a duet? Who does the first duet?
Well, there's Frank and Elvis.
Frank and
Yeah.
Elvis.
Do you remember the time when, I don't know if anybody remembers the time when Frank Sinatra and Elvis literally appeared on Frank's
I
show
actually
in
saw it.
1960.
I saw it.
We replicate that.
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome,
with
you
that-
do.
yeah, with
Yeah, I
that.
actually saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I was 1 year old. Okay. So
Yeah.
then, so you do that. And,
And then
who
we-
does the second duet?
Then we do the My Way together after that.
Oh,
We
wow.
So we should say that, I mean, Frank is like the unofficial matriarch, the host. You know, if you so to speak. So he comes on first and he does a solo segment, and then
The Godfather, so to speak.
yeah, exactly, and good choice of words too, and then he brings Elvis on, and they do
Two duets.
two songs together.
Yep.
And then he brings me on, and I do my solo spot, and then we do a mashup.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm not going to give too much away. But then Elvis comes back on and does his own concert segment. So it goes back and forth.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
What an honor it is to have all three of you here. I love you guys, and I'm so glad that you're here and you came. Now, what is this here that I'm showing? This is your program. This is your flyer for the fact that it says here. It says here, American Trilogy, an American tribute to the three of the greatest icons in popular music history: Frank Sinatra, Gary Anthony, Elvis Presley, Justin Shandor, and Neil Diamond, Mr. Rob Garrett. It says, imagine. Here's what this says. I want these people to know this, okay? Imagine if three of the biggest icons in popular music history decided to perform a concert for the sole purpose of saying thank you to the country that has been taken from them, having so little and then given them so much. United we sing at the South Point Showroom, right? South Point Showroom. You show them that while I'm reading this here. Okay, at the South Point Showroom, it's $25, and you can go to the box office and get your tickets. If you want to call the box office, you just call them at 702-797-8055. It's going to be a great show.
There's actually three tiers of tickets. It's 25, 30, and 35.
25, 30, and 35. Three different tiers of tickets, depending if you want to sit actually in the main showroom or in the restroom.
Or on the stage.
Oh, or on the stage. On the stage.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. All right. So listen, so this is exciting. These guys haven't just started doing this. They have all been doing this for years, doing this in great shows around. They've been in shows that I've been involved in. There have been shows they do themselves. If somebody doesn't come and get three good guys like this and keep them working, guess what? You do it yourself.
That's right. That's
you
right.
guys are animals.
And
You
you
guys,
have to do.
you don't take no for an answer. You go do yourself. Okay. The only person you guys have to answer to. Are you married now?
No, I'm not.
You're not. So you don't have a boss. Are you married?
Nope.
No boss.
He has a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you crying a lot. I love your wife, so it's okay.
Oh, thank
but
you.
I
I
haven't
love her
taken
too.
her out for a while. But when you
She's been
now that
talking about you.
Yeah, now that when you're working at Legends, I can go over there.
I was wondering about
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Janelle.
Wondering why all
How are
the
you?
food in my refrigerator is always missing.
Yeah, it's missing, especially the ice cream. Okay, so you don't want to miss this. This is a big thing. Okay.
I'm going to say something. I know people are posting comments as we're doing it, but the phones are too far away to where we can actually see the comments.
Go ahead and talk to your people. If you
Well,
want.
but I mean, if you look at the
here's
phone,
these cameras.
If you look at the phones, you'll see there are comments and people
Right.
are saying hello, but we really can't see it because we're not close enough to the phones. But we want to say.
I see one of the comments right here.
you
Johnny
see
Stewart is the only good-looking guy up there.
Yeah, there you
Did you
go.
read that? Can
Exactly.
you see that?
Written by Johnny Stewart. I see that. Somehow you're posting that
Hey,
yourself.
wait, we could add one more star to this. My brother. My brother's name is Rod Stewart.
I knew that.
We could add him to this. Now you got four of you.
Except Rod Stewart, your brother's American, but the real Rod Stewart is not.
Oh, it's okay.
So it wouldn't be an American trilogy.
So they would, if you were living in town here, Rod Stewart, they would have you in their show.
Absolutely.
That's a fact, right?
The United States Rod Stewart.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So anyway, so listen, I want to ask you this. Let's take this calmly. We got a little time here. Right now, Gary Anthony, what are you doing other than this here, American Trilogy? What are you doing? How do you keep your career going? What's going on with you?
Well, I do a lot of conventions.
You do?
Yeah.
And you do it even by yourself?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Either that or with the
Now,
Rat
when
Pack.
you say you do conventions, you're not talking about sweeping the floor and
No,
mopping and
no.
all that. You actually are
I do all
singing.
the electrical work.
Okay. You're actually doing Mr. Sinatra.
Yes.
Okay.
And also with the Rat Pack.
Oh, with the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Frank, Sammy, and Dean. All the
Right. So you do the Rat Pack and you do the Trilogy Pack.
Right.
All right. That's fabulous. And it's an honor to have you guys doing that. How long have you been in Vegas, Gary?
I moved here in '94.
Wow. So you've been here quite a
1994, yeah.
while. And you're doing that. And you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Absolutely, I love it.
And you've been doing Frank Sinatra since you were a kid?
Yeah. I've been listening to him since I was a kid. I wore out all his records. I couldn't stop listening to that voice.
That's
It
amazing.
just stuck with me.
You guys got to come and see this show. If you don't see it, you're crazy. Because, I mean, these guys, it's your 4th year, right?
Yeah.
4th year here, and you're doing this. Okay. And you do lots of other things. I know last year you and I went down and we judged the Elvis contest down in Mesquite.
We did.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And we were there doing that and picked a number 1 Elvis because you weren't in it. Huh?
Oh, I'm busy on the road.
Yeah, you're busy on the road. You're busy mowing the lawn and doing exactly what your wife tells you.
The thing was, they wouldn't let him in it because they thought, me being a judge, that I'd be biased because obviously he's part of,
Oh,
we
that's
know
it.
each other
That's
a long
true, too,
time.
yeah.
But the guy that won is subs for Justin sometimes, and you know him real well. And you agree with me. And
Travis Allen.
Travis won. Yeah, and he
Travis is great.
And he deserved it.
He's a great kid. He's a great guy. He has a show here in town called All Shook Up.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, and every time
wonderful
I
show.
see my wife, I get all shook up. So anyway, that's the way
Even
that
to
goes.
this day, that's
Now, and you, my friend Justin Shandor, moved here from Detroit,
Yep.
right? And you've been singing all over, doing it. You have a great voice. When did you start doing Elvis, my friend?
I started when I was 16 years old. I moved to Vegas, and I auditioned in a place called the Elvis-Arama Museum when that was here. And,
Yeah, over on Industrial.
Yeah, guy hired me over there. I was 16. I was doing 9 shows a day over there, and then
Yeah,
going
I
to
actually
the
saw
strip.
you over there.
You did see me over there. I remember.
I did.
And I used to go to the strip and do 2 shows at the Frontier when the Frontier was still around.
That's right.
And I just kept very busy, and got discovered by another agent from Oregon, and was all over that part of the country.
Yeah.
Every
Is he still
weekend.
working with you sometimes
He
too?
still is. He still is. He was my manager for many, many years, but now I'm finally on my own. But he kept me working like crazy.
He's a great guy too. I
Great.
met him.
100 shows a year.
Absolutely. And so
I
you're.
think I've met him once or twice.
Yeah, you know me pretty well.
So how do you get out of Legends to go do this show here?
How do we get? Oh well, we have another fella coming.
Yeah. Okay. So you established that ahead of time. I want the audience to know something here.
They told
And
me I
we're
was the
gonna get-
hardest
Yes,
guy they
sir.
ever had to book. Too many days out.
Okay, so I wanted the people in our audience and on our phones here that are watching and everything to know you 3 guys have to control and manage and work yourselves to make sure everything is working correctly.
That's right.
Okay? You realize that no matter how many managers you have, no matter how many shows there are, you wake up yourself.
That's right.
You look in the mirror, the man in the mirror. That's where you're at every day, right?
That's right.
The man in the mirror. Okay, and
In this
therefore
business
you
every
have to
day.
create.
Every day you have to wake up and you got to think to yourself, what do I got to do? I got to do something today to further my career. Who
That's
should
right.
I call?
That's
What
right.
should I do? What should every day?
That's right.
It's not a normal job. It's a weird way of making a living, but it's a job.
But it's rewarding too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you're up there and the audience is out there.
Right.
Yeah. Last week I saw Donnie Edwards there.
Yes.
Yeah, and he did a good job
Yes,
too.
he always
He's a
does a
great
good job.
guy. A lot of you guys are so great. I want the audience to know that these are great guys. Ethically and and they're just great guys, and I'm very honored to have them on my show and to be able to still know them, to be able to be on good terms with them and be able to do this, because these guys work hard, they deserve it, they're extremely talented, and they do things that are honorable. They do things, you got to go. I'm telling you right now, you got to go on Friday night next week. What day of the month is that? Is that on the 30th?
It starts on the 30th, yeah.
It starts
June 30th, July 1 and 2.
Okay, June 30 and July 1 and 2. You got to go see this, because it's a great thing. And all three of these guys are big enough and masters of themselves enough and talented enough that they do shows on their own. But imagine putting all three of them together, huh? That was a good comment you made. Call ourselves Trilogy.
Well,
Yeah,
it was.
only an Elvis guy could think of that.
only a brain that's similar to yours could think like that.
Yeah, I would have thought it was like what kind of fool am I? That's what I would have thought.
What kind of fool am I?
Good thing we didn't have you in the mix when we were coming up with the name.
We're a modern day Rat Pack, if you think
That's
about it.
right, we are.
Yeah, you're a modern day Rat Pack.
When
That's
you
right.
watch this show, you're going to actually think about it. You're going to think like, this takes me back to the old days of Vegas when these
Sure
guys
does.
were
Because
kind of just
it's all
joking around on
scripted. It's all-
stage.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
It's
we have some
scripted, but we
video.
still have freedom
We're
on
going to
it.
come and talk to you privately in 1 second. We have some video, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, you ready for the video, Scott? Oh, he does this. Where's the video? Okay.
I emailed it to him.
Scott at WCOBM.TV.
Last night, I
Did you
did.
see
I
it?
did.
You sure you didn't do .com? I don't see anything in here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a? Is there any way you can go? Tell him a site he can go to, and while we're talking, we'll see if we can get some video.
Facebook page.
It'll
What could he go to?
to www.americantrilogy.net.
Okay, AmericanTrilogy.net. See if you can find that, and then we'll keep talking, and we'll see. Want to show him a little video, okay? Okay. Tell him one more time. www.americantrilogy.net.
Yeah, and it's also on this. It might be. It's on the American Trilogy Facebook page. The same promotional video.
Okay, American Trilogy Facebook page. We want this audience that's watching us now to see these guys live. As soon as you find it, Scott, let's play it, okay?
I'll tell you when I find it.
Okay,
Yeah, if you go to the American Trilogy Facebook page, there'll be a video there as well.
American
and my
Trilogy
own
Facebook
Facebook page is the showcases the video.
Okay, and your Facebook page is what?
Rob Garrett, Neil Diamond.
Rob
Neil
Garrett, Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
One of those you'll find it. And as soon as you do, we want to play the whole thing. How long is it about?
It's about 7 minutes.
Oh, we want to play all of it because you guys are worth it, okay?
Thank you.
You guys are worth 70 minutes times 70. You know?
Yeah,
That's what you're worth. Okay, so right now, until that comes up right now, I want to speak to Rob Garrett, okay?
Yes, sir.
The formation of this thing came from you, right? Mm-hmm. Okay? And that is because you are talented, you are a producer, you've had a good career, you have a good reputation. Tell me right now, how long have you been doing Neil Diamond?
I've been doing Neil Diamond for 23 years, but I've been performing. I've lived in this town since '74.
And you were performing, even though you didn't know you were Neil Diamond at the moment, right?
Correct. Because you actually came to when you first came to town, and I won't forget this either. You came to see my band, which was Rock and Roll Heaven. And
Yeah, Rock and Roll Heaven.
And you told me a story, many years later, and you came to. We were in a little bar. We were just probably in our first year of formation, and you came with our friend George Trellinger. He brought you.
I love George.
Yeah.
George Trellinger, hi.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
guys all
George.
know George Trellinger?
Yes, we do.
Hey,
Yes, I
say
know
hi to George.
George.
Hi, Georgie. And you guys came into this little dinky bar that we were playing at, and it was our house job. And you introduced yourself to me, and you told me, I'm going to open this show, because we were called Rock and Roll Heaven. You said, I'm going to be opening this show called Legends in Concert. And, at the time, you were only showcasing deceased people.
Yes, they were all deceased people,
Yeah,
right. In fact, before I opened the show, there were about 4 or 5 people I had to have killed.
Yeah.
I wanted
That's the funniest thing you said all day.
No, listen. No, you can't
Good
blame
way
me
to
for
make
that.
money.
Listen,
Funny,
there
yeah.
were some stars I wanted on the show,
Yeah.
and I only
Yeah,
used deceased people.
You
can't blame me
You
for
haven't
that.
had it whacked.
Yeah, you can't blame me for that. Yeah,
but-
I had several killed.
You had to do what you got to do.
Yeah, if you want to lock me up, I mean, but I saw, before I did it, I negotiated up with the guy upstairs.
I think
They
that's
went
the
right to heaven.
statute of limitations.
Yeah,
were-
statute of limitations.
So, but here's what you said to me later on, and many years later when I was working for you.
The killing was a joke. A joke. Okay, go ahead.
You said to me, I remember you said to me, you said when I first came to town, I was actually going to call my show Rock and Roll Heaven. And you said,
Because they were all deceased people.
right, and you said, and then I found out there was a band
Named Rock and Roll Heaven.
in town, so you said I changed it, so I changed it to
Legends in Concert.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
That's right.
that was a compliment to me.
Everything
that was
happens for a
good.
reason, though. It's a perfect
Yeah,
name for
that was a good thing. And you know what was funny was I did only deceased people. Then I started doing 3 or 4 shows around the country, and they were just deceased people. And I had to wait a long time for people to die. You know what I mean? It was a horrible thing. You know, I would look at pictures and go, yeah, this guy's got to die sometime. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Wait a minute. Okay, now we're back to normal. Okay, but what happened was I went to John Asquaga's Nugget, and they asked for Neil Diamond.
I was going to say, I think he was one of your first live.
He was one of my first ones. Yeah.
Living people.
Yeah,
right?
so I went up and parked by his house, but he never came out. I was trying to, get him.
Well, he knew you were trying to kill him. trying
so
to whack him.
they said, we want Neil Diamond, Barbara Streisand, and this person, and that. Oh, some of those are living. Okay, so what can I do? So I decided to love living people too, because you know what? The truth of the thing is here, all joking aside, the truth is that the songs, the music, and the image never dies.
Right.
Isn't that right?
Right.
And that's what I said.
Right.
Legends in Concert, a tribute to the superstars, the music never dies. That was a lot of the caption that I put in. A lot of these people would sing live. So then I started really looking, because you know how Legends came about was I was the actual manager of about 7 different nightclubs in Orange County and Newport Beach area and Buena Park area.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, and so I would actually have to go around and kind of see that these people had people to attend it. So I started having lots of contests. I had gong shows, I had look-alike show, Marilyn Monroe night, Elvis Presley night, whoever it was. I started having all these shows. And then all at once I decided to think, hey, let's try to see if some of these people could sound like them. So not only you had to look like them, you had to sound like them. Right. And that was clear back in 81 and 80 that I started doing all that. Right. And then all at once we had contests, and I had Buddy Holly. George Trulinger kept coming by the room, and I was actually entertaining in a lot of these clubs. I would go from one club to the other as a singer and do all this, and I had bands in every club. So the fact is that George Trulinger came by one night, and he did Buddy Holly, and he did different people were doing different things, and so I started forming it all together. And the first big show we did was at Chapman College in Orange, and it was called Legends in Concert. So that's how we did
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's how that all happened.
Legends
Yeah.
in Concert when you came to town.
When I came to town, we had the name, but we had also played with the name Rock and Roll Heaven. Yeah. Rock and Roll Heaven, because that's what it was.
And he told me that story.
Yeah,
He said, but we went with Legends because there was already a notable band in this town with that name.
And so Legends now is 35 years, and it's given a lot of us work, right? Myself as well as you guys. The only person I ever played in the very beginning was Marilyn Monroe. You ever seen me do Marilyn?
I've never seen that video.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll show you.
But
tomorrow.
I heard about it.
You heard about it?
I'm glad I never saw that, because I don't think I'd be right after that. So, after seeing that.
Okay. So anyway, so you
I'm not
guys.
right anyways.
So anyway, that's right. So Legends became a situation where it was the songs, it was the image, it was the people. Imagine what these people have done to our society, and there's a lot of them living today that will pass on as legends also. But you guys are keeping the legends alive. That's what you're doing. It's an honor what you're
doing. Can I tell you something? One thing I want to specify about the American Trilogy show, which I didn't get to say earlier. Even though two of our guys are deceased, and one's breathing heavy, and but we do it as if we're in modern times. So the show is occurring today. It's a fantasy show,
That's
as
right.
if Frank and Elvis,
That's right.
We're still around, and so we approach it like it's happening right now.
Do any of you ever go out and pretend like you're not those tribute artists and you just do yourself? Do you do that sometimes? Do you? Do you sometimes just go out as Justin Chandor?
You want to tell them about the garage?
Well, I'm not only just an Elvis vocalist. I'm a vocalist of all sorts of music: American songbook, Broadway, country, jazz, all kinds of stuff. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll find me singing everything and anything.
Yeah, you're a beautiful voice.
You're
I know
a great
that.
vocalist.
So sometimes you just do Justin Chandor.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Well, I've got to be me. And Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, we should have sung that.
Yeah. Okay. You've got to be me. That's good.
And in my case, I mean, I got to be me for 15 years with my band, and, doing the band stuff.
Before you started doing Rob?
Neil Diamond.
Before you started doing Neil Diamond?
Yeah, I had the band for 15 years. Rock and Roll Heaven I had for 15 years.
But in Rock and Roll Heaven, did you do tributes to stars in that band? You did, as far as I remember.
You're right, and we but not with dressing up like them.
Oh, you didn't try to be them all the way. It was mainly a musical tribute.
And I mean, we all sang, everyone in my band, but in my case, I would do my best. I'm not saying I always nailed it, because of course, but I would always try my best to try and sound like, whether it was a Beach Boys song or a Beatles song or.
Did you know
I
was one of the Beach Boys?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. So was my brother Rod. He was one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
about
true.
that?
Yeah, before they became so famous, or we would have never left, right?
Right.
So I left to impersonate myself, and when I left, they became the Beach Boys. Not too smart, huh? No, yeah, okay.
We all make mistakes.
Anyway, I think they're fabulous too. My brother Rod's fabulous. Everybody's doing it. So, do you do yourself sometimes, Gary?
I have no problem on being out of the realm of Frank.
All right, but when you were out of the realm of Frank, are you still Frank?
No, I'm perfectly. I'll be perfectly frank.
It's going to be perfectly frank.
You came from a family band. You want to tell them about that a little bit? Come on.
Actually,
very talented.
in the early days, I was in a family band called the Allens, and we were on teen magazines. We were with Mike Hurd Productions at the time. We were on the Motown label with a song called High Tide. The Osmonds wrote it, and we sang it, and it became a semi-hit until disco came in and knocked us out. But it was a fun time to do. We were on American Bandstand, Johnny Carson, Merv Griffin, all those other great shows.
Well, isn't that great?
Yeah, so that was my early life.
Yeah,
And then after I left that, I went back to Frank.
Yeah, that's
because
good.
as a kid, I started.
Isn't it
out
amazing if we're entertainers how many things we do to try to keep ourselves not only working but ourselves motivated and ourselves doing it
And sane.
huh?
And sane too.
Yeah, and sane.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I mainly did lots of musical comedies. I'm a dramatic tenor, and I've probably done hundreds of musical comedies all over the world as a singer in shows. Did Lancelot and Camelot and Fiddler on the Roof. I traveled around with Theodore Bickel doing Fiddler on the Roof for years and all that.
I've heard you sing.
So we all get into something.
Yeah.
In fact, we're doing a show. You guys might want to come to it. If you guys wanted to sing at it, you'd let me know now, and you could sing at it. But I'll tell you right now, there's a show being done on Sunday. Okay, this coming Sunday, and that show is called Biggest Talent, and it's a battle of the countries. It's an American Idol, but all the countries around the world, over 100 countries participated.
Wow.
That's who was on my show just before you guys came on. Those were 4 of the winners from that show, and there's going to be 4 more winners. There's 8 winners total, and I'm going to put a couple of groups on that are going to sing and do something. But anyway, so the fact is, they're going to have comics. I'm emceeing it. I'm actually singing at it. Yeah, I'm going to sing in Watch Out World, I'm Coming Through. Nothing can stop them now. And then so I'm doing a whole thing that popping. So we're going to have a big show. It's from 10:30 in the morning at the David Sachs Theater.
Yep.
Okay. And it's from 10:30 till 1 o'clock. And so if any of you want to come and see that, you're welcome to do it.
Sounds
It's
exciting.
a big thing, but it's the biggest talent show because it's from all around the world. And this is the 4th year they've done it. Okay, and so now I'm on there as the kind of coordinator, and we're working with Dan Setgast and also Pete Demas and all these people and Unicorn Network working with that show. So any of you want to come see that, do it. But mainly, you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss this show from these 3 guys, Trilogy, at South Point, 7:30, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 30th of June, and the 1st and 2nd of July, because it's going to be a big bang. That was good for the 4th of July.
That was good.
I put that in myself. I did that myself.
There's going to be a lot of sparks, a lot of fireworks.
Thank you.
We can.
Okay. So now, what would you guys like to say about yourselves individually or collectively that we could all hear you say and talk about? You want to share something? And for example, you have a website, right?
Yes.
Tell them about your website.
Yeah, my website is for celebrity impersonators and bands, what have you. It's majorep.com.
What's the total website is what?
It's basically an agency.
Yeah, I know, but what do you call it? What is it? Say the name.
majorep.com. It's Major Entertainment Productions.
Major, M-A-J-O-R.
M-A-J-O-R.
Okay.
EP like Elvis Presley.
So you said it's an agency. Do you handle other performers?
Oh yes, I do. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an agency plus you perform yourself.
Yes. Oh, well, actually, I started it just to promote myself back in 2000. But then I ended up people asking me for, oh, you got Elvis? You got this? You got
So
that?
how long have you had your own agency, Gary?
Since 2000.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So people wanted to audition for you or join your agency or get represented by you after they audition, of course. They go to what again?
MajorEP.com.
MajorEP.com.
Right.
And you would look at them. They send in videos or they tell
Well, they
you
do
whether
that.
their
Yes, they
your
can.
YouTube is or something, and you look at them and then you negotiate.
Yeah.
And you're an agent.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
How come you never booked me?
Yeah, you never booked me.
I call you all. I call
I'm a
him.
Chippendale dancer.
I call him all the time. He's never available.
I've given him a lot more work
Yeah, but
than he's given.
That's true. That's true.
He
but
gives you-
I'm mostly called.
He's a bird dog for your agency?
Oh no, I want to hear.
I'm mostly called for Rat Pack
I
shows.
want to hear this.
I'm mostly called for Rap Action.
No, when they call you
I'm
for
more
Elvis, you put the wig on and the sideburns, and you put the
Yeah,
jumpsuit on and go do it. That's the problem.
Or Neil Diamond. He says, oh, "I'm not calling Rob Garrett." He says, "I do Neil. I can do Neil
That's
Diamond."
what's going on.
I can do
right?
that.
I can do it.
No, I'm more established with Frank and Rat Pack shows.
Okay. all
That's
right, all
I'm
right.
really established for that.
Okay.
But
right now, Rob Garrett.
Yes,
You've
sir.
been doing it here in town and around the country for a long time, and you're creative, and you put this group together. What else do you do besides? You just mainly do entertainment, don't you? Every time I see you, you're doing something in the entertainment world.
And you know, I also have the agency and so forth. But in the last, I have my own agency. But the truth is, in the last 5 years, the Neil Diamond thing is. Even though I've been doing it for 23 years, and here in Vegas, it's really
Taking your time.
elevated for me.
Yeah, oh, that's fabulous.
And going to the cannery, going to the stations, all the Sun City properties.
Yeah, name some of the places where you entertain, so these people can go watch you.
Yep. Well, I've got the cannery come up August 26th. I do it every year.
How many people play behind you to support you? In the
Anywhere from 6 to 9.
6 to 9 people.
Yeah.
That's a big show.
And then, of course, there are rare occasions that I, go on the road and I bring my CD with me.
Oh.
When they don't want to hire the band.
Yeah. So you have click tracks or backup music that you play.
But
and you do that?
I'm also going up to the for the first time ever on July 22nd to the Sanders Winery in Palm. And that's a first for
place.
me. Yeah.
Nice place.
Yeah.
And again, cannery, going on my 7th year.
Seventh year. Working with the cannery.
Hot August night,
Yeah.
and a Mesquite. We don't want to leave out. We don't want to leave out.
Chrissy.
We don't want to leave out Chrissy and Casablanca on August 19th up there doing.
Are you going to be there August 19th?
Yeah.
Well, make sure our audience knows wherever you guys are going to be.
I'm trying
you can
to-
see
I'm
him
trying
in
to
Legends in concert, right? And that's
Easy.
every night, every day, sometimes at 4, sometimes at 9:30. On weekends, then it's at 7:30 and 9:30, right?
Schedule changes all the time.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'd like
So,
to give a shout out to my friends in Temecula.
Do it.
yeah,
Shout out.
yeah,
You want to call him a name? Give him a shout
My
out.
friends and family in Temecula. Now I'll be there Thursday, the day before Trilogy. I'll be there doing a show for a tribute to Sinatra.
In Temecula?
In Temecula, Old Town Temecula Community Theater.
Oh, I know exactly where. I love Temecula.
Yeah,
It's a cute
I love
little-
it too.
Kind of a little cute western town.
Yeah.
Really cute.
I know, it really, I was driving through there about 2 weeks ago, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm coming
So
back
besides Saturday, then, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week, where are you else performing? Give us some.
Well,
shots.
I did. Then a couple weeks after that, I do the Sanders Winery.
Yeah, you did.
And then
So you're still
I'm going to Salt Lake City in early August.
Give them your website.
Oh, my website is www.robgarrettasneildiamond.com.
Okay, that's great. And you have an agency too.
I
Okay?
do.
You have quite a few people you kind of manage and.
For many, many years.
Yep.
No.
Okay, now,
And
how
like I
about
said, I booked both of these guys as themselves.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I mean, I mean alone. I mean, when I said that as themselves.
Yeah,
I just
and the
wanna
reason
say
you
this.
put together Trilogy is because instead of booking them alone, you put them together. That way you got a third of the cut. I know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, okay, 50%. Okay, you're smarter than I thought. Okay, now what else are you doing? Are you singing somewhere else recently? How long are you
doing
going to be
a
with
lot.
Legends right now?
I'm doing a lot. You can go to my website and find out JustinShandor.com. But mostly I just want to say, man, I feel very blessed. I really do. I came here at 16 years old. and had this dream to work on this trip and possibly work in Legends in concert and all that stuff, you know. And here I am. I am working in Legends. Unfortunately, you're not my boss, but I wish you were.
I'm still your boss. Don't forget.
You still are.
Yeah,
you
don't
might be
forget
one
it.
day.
Don't forget.
But I wanted to say, I feel very fortunate to be, you know, thinking about that so many years ago, thinking I want to do that, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting here talking to you and working for Legends and doing so much more with American Trilogy than I ever thought I'd be doing. So, yeah, I feel very, very blessed. Man, you're the father of impersonators.
Thank you.
And I'm here
Thank you,
to-
guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
you
that.
are,
Really
yes.
And you,
Awesome.
so I'm your
Yeah.
father. I'm your actual father.
Yeah. Dad!
You're supposed to say, I'm your father.
I need a loan. I
need a loan.
I need a loan.
Why did you say that? Okay.
I wanna get a new
well,
car.
listen. Well, I want you to go see American Trilogy. You want to see it down at the South Point, and that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this coming weekend, the 30th and the 1st and 2nd of July. You don't want to miss it. 7:30, $25, $30, and $35.
Ah, good-
right?
good memory.
I'm good. Yeah,
you're
we're
right,
getting
you're
that all
good.
in there. And these are three of my most admired best friends. I love them all, and thank you very much,
And you're,
guys.
you're
for coming
coming
on.
to see us
I'm
on
coming
Friday.
to see you Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Thank you,
bringing.
John.
Love you all. Thank you,
Love you too.
Johnny Stewart and friends. Come back and see us. Thank you.
Earlier, the reason for us, all three of us being here this evening, is only one reason, that is to give thanks to this country for taking us, all three of us, and I'm speaking on behalf of all three of us, from of little means and giving us quite a bit of success. And you know, that's what America's always been about. You know, the American dream. The place I work in, a worker by my side, a little town or city where my people lived and died. The howdy and the handshake, the air of feeling free, and the right to speak your mind out. That's America to me. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy was bound to die. But my trials, Lord, will soon be over. Stand up for America! Stand up for America! Stand up for America! Stand up for America today! Come on, say it with me! Today! Glory, glory, hallelujah! His truth is marching on. His truth is marching on. Sweet Caroline, good time never seemed so good. I feel inclined to believe in the word. Sweet Caroline. It's up to you, New York, New York. Viva Las Vegas, Viva